Now, you know, the music industry has changed, the artistry has changed. You came up in a period of time where, you know, MCs really cared about the craftsmanship of the lyrics.
Yeah.
And we live in a period of time right now where that's not necessarily the case. What do you think of the difference of time, man? Difference of period.
It's just our time, the late 80s, early 90s era, everybody just had to be that lyrical just to even be accepted to the clubs we went to, all that stuff. Like, you wanted the bouncers even saying, yo, y'all that deal. You know, to where even if the people throwing the function didn't know who you was, the bouncers be like, yo. So they're whispering to even the parties that's hard to get into where they don't want hip hoppers in there.
Right.
The bouncers are telling me, yo, that's so he's official. How many you got? 5, all right, in.
Right.
You know, like that's what level it had to be at. Plus everybody that we looked up to, from Rakim to KRS-One to Melly Mel and the Furious 5 and Flash and EPMD,
all of them.
They all saw us in you know, either in the club or on the street and say, yo, y'all that deal. I love that record. So we're sitting there like, y'all like us? Like, we weren't saying, hey, like our music, listen to my music.
Right.
You just had to be recognized in every club. We were all in the same club. You see Q-Tip, it was like, yo, there go Tip. It's not like, oh, there go Q-Tip, because we were all just in the same spots, chilling. Everybody's by the bar, everybody's got girls popping.
Right.
It was just a normal thing to be around all those people.
Right. Now,
all the time.
Now, what do you think about today's school artists?
Today's school, there's some that's lyrical, there's some that could step it up lyrically, but some of them, you know, like even Waka Flocka said, hey, I'm not a lyrical dude, so don't put me in that box.
Right.
I do this. So at least he's saying, look, I am what I am, and this is how I rock. So you can't knock it. I mean, there's certain things some artists say that you make you go, damn, but not to the degree of where it was 2 ways you can handle it. Me, I'm more the person that will just ask you about something when I see you, and not when I'm trying to play you, like, yo, what's up? It's more like, yo, you know, if it really bothers me that much to ask somebody something, I'm gonna ask them,
right.
You know. But I think there's a correct way to ask and a wrong way to ask.
What's bothered you? What's bothered you in the past?
I just like dope rhymes.
Right.
Like,
so
I want to recite your rhymes.
Right.
Now don't get me wrong. When I'm in the club and the certain records come on that's more just about partying and tearing the club up and getting and trap music and all that, love it. And people will be looking at me sometimes that'll be like, damn, Premier's, you know,
cooking.
Yeah, you know, like he.
But it's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah, I just love music, man.
It kind of tripped me out one night. I was DJing somewhere and Kool Herc comes up to me and asked me to play Waka Flocka. He asked me to play that, and he asked me to play Eminem White Trash Party. Super
And this is Kool Herc.
Yeah, this is Kool Herc.
Father hip hop.
Who's the reason why any of us are sitting here having this conversation?
Yeah. That's crazy.
You know, but it's
Right
like,
up.
and at first it kind of struck me like, you even know what those records are? But then I'm like, you know what? He's a music dude.
Right.
And when you're a music dude,
he's a
even if
DJ first and foremost.
Yeah. So even if your heart is, or if you're associated with one thing, doesn't mean you don't appreciate other things and understand that there's a time and a place for everything.
100%.
Now, coming from your era, I think what's ironic though is you took a group that really weren't known for their lyrical skills, and that's Group Home.
Right.
And you made a classic album. Looking at the landscape today, you know, in terms of artists that are out, who do you want to work with, man?
Artists that are out now that are like of this new generation?
Yeah.
Definitely Drake, which I say all the time, and I get comments like, yo, I can't believe you.
I can't believe you want to work with Drake.
Yo, it's
Primo.
like, yo, he's dope.
He's dope.
He can rhyme.
Right.
He makes good records. Rihanna makes good records.
Right.
She's not the best singer. She makes records that goes with what she makes great records, and she knows how. She knows the range of what her voice can do. So those records always, she hits them. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think of a 2 Chainz?
2 Chainz is my man on 2 different reasons. I knew 2 Chainz when he was Titty Boy, when Luda just got his deal with Def Jam, when Scarface got him signed over there. And I met him with Luda, and shout to Luda. And we hooked up, and Titty Boy, I think he had just gotten shot months prior, but we were talking about that, and shout to Dollar Boy, because he had just come home, and they were gonna be called Player Circle.
Right.
We hung out so much and was cool every time he came to New York that whenever I'd see Luda Luda would see me, I'd be like, Luda, what up, man? And right before we hug and dap each other up, he go, I know what you're gonna ask me. Where's Titty Boy? I was like, yeah, I was gonna ask you, where is he? That's how cool we've been for years, you know? And so I know some people are like, oh man, you know, his lyrics ain't on the level of what's out there, whatever. The dude actually can rhyme. If you listen to his Players Circle stuff, the way he was penning songs back then, even before the one they did with Wayne with Duffel Bag Boy, they got hot pens. And what 2 Chainz, I remember the day that we did the BET Cypher when he came with Luda to do that with Busta and Reek the Villain. He said, yo, Preem, I'm going by a new name called 2 Chainz. I'm doing a whole new style of rap. I'm doing this. Like, he's letting me know before I heard one record. And then all of a sudden all the records started dropping. Boom, 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 boom. And he just started sprouting up like a Jack and the Beanstalk.
Speaking on the BET Cypher.
Yes.
Who ate whose lunch? Black Thought, Eminem, Mos Def, Yasin Bey.
Everybody loved, I loved, and I'm not even being politically correct, I loved everybody's verses, but Black Thought bodied that. Bodied it, hands down. You know, now Eminem and them got busy on the shady Cypher when they just did it with themselves with Slaughterhouse and Yellow Wolf and him.
Right.
Yeah, and that was a fun shoot. You know, all the shoots are always pretty much fun, you know, for the most part. You know, and a lot of people think I picked the hardest, and I don't. You know, I sometimes I look at the list and go, well, who? You know, but just be.
What was the issue with, was it Bieber that
Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
I heard you kicked Justin Bieber off the Cypher,
You know
man.
what's so crazy? I remember the day that I got the call from the higher ups of the
Viacom.
well, just the higher ups, telling me about, yo, I'm sitting there like, I just said something.
What was the
basic.
list? What was the list?
No, there was something sent to me saying, what do you think? Because they'll ask me, hey, what do you think of B.O.B.? And so I was like, oh, yeah, put them on. You know, what do you think of Tech Nine doing it? I'm like, hell yeah. He's different. He knows, he's from our cloth. You know, his music may not sound like the stuff that we make, but
he's official.
He's from our cloth, he's official.
Right.
Yeah, in the Cypher, hell yeah.
Okay.
Then I got an email that said, what do you think of Justin Bieber? Bieber? Yeah, I was like, as long as he fits a dope verse, I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. I said it, and then I said, if, they said, well, he might not write it, but if it's dope, would you still be with it? I said, if he don't write it, then he shouldn't be on there. It's not my call.
Right.
But I said, because again, write your own verse and we good.
Right.
That was all I said. I talked about it I was filling it for DJ Eclipse on Sirius XM Sunday night where we do an underground show, but I gotta remember my voice carries when I say stuff. That's why I gotta learn to be more thought, you know, I gotta think before I speak because I'm a very talkative person.
Well, you've been very thoughtful on this show.
And I like to conversate and chop it up. Some things are better off record, you know what I'm saying? But when it came to that, and all of a sudden everybody's like, yo, they said you banned him. I'm like, banned who? Like, Justin Bieber, like come on. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing him popping up on everything, spitting rhymes on every station. I guess to show he got.
Well, you put the battery in his back.
He got bars, and I do a record with Bieber and kill it.
Get ready for combat. No escaping. Get ready for combat.